Okay, no.
In what area did you
I'll just wait till you start talking loud.
What point did he stop doing
wait.
Hard, you know ball is life. The coach said they pretty good, we got a ball tonight. We ready, once they tip it up, it's going up. We ready, once they tip it up, it's going up. Nah, I can't dribble too much on timeout. Coach, don't scribble too much. I need to see.
HasBeens Podcast, man, episode 27. We back at it again with a brand new episode. Got my boy K-Flow in the building.
What up, dope?
Joey, that dude.
What's good, what's good, what's up?
What's good with y'all, man?
Chilling, y'all, chilling.
Welcome to the HasBeens Podcast, brought to you by WildCard Sports, man. WildCard Sports is the new leader in sports media, man. Pop culture, sports in one product, man. Too simple, man. Mm-hmm. You can find us, first and foremost, you can find us on the WildCard Sports Network on YouTube. Road to 1K, that's our goal, man. 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, man, subscribe. It's free, man.
We want to hit
red button.
I'm setting a strong goal today, right now, putting the team in the world, and the listeners on notice, man. We need to get to 1K, man.
1,000.
By, let's say June, man. I need 1K by June, man.
We can get that.
1K by June, man. Easter? 1K by Easter, man. Herman pushes up. 1K by Easter, man. Road to 1K, man. We didn't put a milestone marker on it, man. Easter Sunday, man. We need to be at 1K, man. So that means we got a lot of work to do, man, and we need y'all help, man. So just
ironing this thing out.
Where's the button at? Hold on, Joey. Joey, find the button, Joey.
It's right here, y'all.
The button is right over there because we had a whole convo about this. The button is over there. Subscribe, please subscribe, please.
Don't make us have that in vain, man. Come on. Red button, man.
Road to 1K,
Red button
man.
shouter.
It's right there, man.
Be the red button shouter.
Happy birthday, man, to my boy Keith, man, the man behind the scenes, man. Keith, man, video editor, man. He's the guru, man. Happy birthday to my boy Keith, man. You know what I mean?
Keith.
Shout out to Rail Cash, man. The intro music, man.
Sir, man.
Straight fire, you know.
Monkey in the building.
Oh shit, my shit turned down. Never mind. We'll try that again. We'll try that next time. We messed that up.
It's live TV, people.
Yeah, man. It's live, man. Well, go ahead and get that set up. We got the Super Bowl coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to let you get it started,
man.
Oh,
yes, sir. Hello,
I'm going to let Joey get it started, man.
Hello. Welcome to my world, people. San Francisco 49ers are headed to Super Bowl 54 to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid will make another appearance in the Super Bowl, and we know what he does there. Lose. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And the 49ers, yeah, we might have lost the last time, but we're pretty good in those games. You know what I'm saying? We were 5 for 5 at one point. We took one loss. And we're going to get back into the winning things to join New England and Pittsburgh as the 6-time champions.
Listen, man, you first off.
And that's just my fandom. I'm going to give y'all real reasons, though.
Oh, that's just the fandom?
That's just my fandom.
That's just
right
the fandom,
there.
okay.
That's just my fandom. Jerry Rice
so
scored
what's
4
the real
times.
reasons why you so hot on me?
Before we do it.
Whoa.
I thought we was going to get a text.
What is that? Pick that up, my boy. Hello?
Yo, what up?
Who is this?
This is Warren Reddick, man. This is Mike, man. How y'all doing, man?
Who?
What up, Mike, man? We ain't heard from you in a
Who
while,
is
man.
this? Who is this?
Mike.
This is Warren Reddick, man, a.k.a. Mike. It's 2020, man. I'm going by
That's
the
an
name.
AKA of his middle name.
Yeah, you should. Being a Falcons fan.
What's up, Warren? Oh, you say you going by Warren?
Yeah, I'm going by Warren now. So.
Oh,
For
okay.
reporting me to that as such, that's good.
What's up, Mike?
Oh, hello, Warren. What do you want?
Yeah.
We're recording, guy.
Oh, it's been a while since I've been on, that load management, man, last semester, man. But
You load
I just
management
wanted to
the
make
whole
sure
semester.
everything's going
He out
good.
for the season right now.
You don't interrupt 49er talk with this mumbo jumbo load management.
He over here talking about the Niners, Mike. You got anything to say about the Niners, Mike?
The Niners are a pretty good team. They're going to lose.
Oh, sound like he picked the Chiefs, huh?
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's cool. That's what
Yeah,
NFC South fans.
Okay. What else you got for us, Mike? You got
Yeah. I was right about Lamar.
I
know that. And
yeah, that's old news, bro.
the Falcons are getting new uniforms.
I think your phone's breaking up.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Mike, we in Georgia. We in Georgia. You just brought the Falcons up, and we're talking Super Bowl.
What did he say about that? Yeah, don't. Hey, make sure you speed through that. Speed through that next time. What else you got for it?
The Falcons? They're getting new
I
uniforms.
think we have a red button on your end.
What you got? Don't repeat that. Let's go to the next point. You got any other points for us?
Everybody gets dunked on, man. I don't want everybody hyping LeBron up getting dunked on. Everybody gets dunked on. All right. So you can cool out with LeBron.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, we gonna.
Yeah, it did look bad though. My boy didn't look
bad.
like he got off the ground
Yeah,
at all. But
I think he just got caught in the middle of that one.
It looked like somebody got.
And JB been wanting him for a long time.
It ain't look like when he dunked on Jason Terry. So if it ain't look like that, I don't.
that was fucked up.
Well,
man, we in Georgia.
Yeah, you got anything else? Like,
yeah, man, I enjoyed that too, man.
Do you got anything important?
Right.
Of course not, Mike.
No.
Hey,
No,
man,
not yet.
we'll see. We'll see you around, my guy.
All right, man. We got a show to do, man.
Goodbye.
I mean, have a good one, man.
Yeah, here. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Mike Reddick, man.
Shout out to Mike, man.
Warren Reddick.
Oh yeah, new name.
New name,
We need
2020.
a new team too.
Shout out, man. Shout out, man. Well,
Go ahead. What's your 49ers?
yeah,
talk,
49ers.
man. We'll let
talk,
you.
man.
Real quick, man. I'm gonna get through it because I know you guys want to get your pick on. So, the reality is that I do believe in my team. I do believe in our running game. But aside from that, I do think that Jimmy G does exactly what he's asked to do. If we're asked to score 50, I believe that Jimmy G can do that. He showed that in New Orleans. No offense, but he's also. And I think that the Chiefs, though they played some pretty decent defenses, in order to stop Tyreek Hill from going 80 yards up the field and catching a bomb, we're giving them we're probably giving them 2.5 seconds to throw the ball. We got 4 guys that's pass rushing. They haven't faced that at all this year. They can't run the ball at an efficient rate against us especially. And we do have corners that are Richard Sherman, in particular, who's a vet, an all-pro, and he has the technique to keep up with these type of guys.
Thank you.
God.
Jesus Christ.
I expect
Herm,
that
he
from a
don't
team
even
that
sound confident.
What?
First and foremost,
That's all facts.
This is what I heard. This is what I heard.
Fluff.
We got 4 pass rushes.
Linebackers, that's what stop that. We running.
We got some
corners.
linebackers. We got corners.
Yeah, you got a
coach
on the field. I get it.
We got a coach.
But no, they haven't faced though. I understand that people from the couch. Your team is on the couch. I get it.
That's what makes it. That's why I think you need to sit down and listen to us. I think you need to get on the couch with us and just look at this.
I watched us beat y'all. At least let me hear Keith talk because we beat the Saints.
Hey,
we ain't got no words for you.
Well,
that's cool. This ain't about me being a fan today. We lost.
This state the claim.
We lost. That is over.
I picked this matchup. Even kind of, if I want to be honest with myself, even before my Patriots lost, I seen us losing. You know, we look bad at the end of the season, but I trust in. I really do trust in Pat Mahomes and just their offensive scheme. Yeah, you got corners, but you know
what is this scheme though?
You don't see they run their offense different. It's a lot of motion. It's really hard to keep up with their receivers, and they got guys that can really take the top off of the defense. Yeah, you got Richard Sherman out there. I think he's a fantastic corner. We'll get into that portion later, but the problem with him is, for me, he doesn't travel. So even Devontae Adams, when guarded by Richard Sherman, he only really had the one big play on Richard Sherman, but he can go over here into the slot and get his game off because he still had 8 catches, 150 yards.
Right, but he's a phenomenal route runner.
He's a phenomenal wide receiver.
He's not a top off the receiver.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Tyreek Hill, they got good wide receivers, and they use their running backs in a fashion like the Patriots. So, like I said, I think it'll be a good game. I don't think it'll be a blowout either way. I think if the Chiefs do get up 14 points, I think it'll be harder for the 49ers to come back, just for the fact that that's kind of where the Chiefs defense kind of tee off on. They have been playing better at the end of the season. And if you give them with a lead, then that lets their pass rushers kind of tee off.
They've been playing better though. I mean,
the defense, absolutely.
Absolutely. They've been playing better as a Chiefs team, but they're not. That nobody's afraid of that defense.
They're not elite.
Right,
No, they're not.
Nobody's afraid of that defense.
Well, let me.
They're middle of the road at best.
So here's my take on it. First, I'm gonna go ahead and go out on the limb and say, all right, I picked the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Weeks and weeks and weeks ago. So
Right before the matchup even came up. So I get that.
Yeah. And before you said I picked the Chiefs versus the Saints. The Saints lost, I know, but my secondary team to get here is here. And now to speak for the matchup, I got 3 points I think that's don't sway this matchup one or two ways. Mm-hmm. Nobody's talking about Tyrann Mathieu. I think that's a big name because if he can match up with George Kittle, and he probably is the best cover safety in the NFL.
And he's physical, just
and
like George
that's
Kittle
what he
is.
does. Like he can play in the slot, he can play coverage. If he can neutralize George Kittle, that's going to be a big problem for your whole offense to overcome because he's the engine for your offense. My second point.
He's not.
Last game.
That's what I'm saying. He's not the engine. The engine of our offense is the running game.
That's what I'm saying.
He's also an engine in that as well because he's one of the few tight ends that can actually be an edge blocker. That's part of being the engine. Maybe you go look at the stat line.
He's not the engine though.
You go look at the stat line.
The line and the running back.
He's part of the line.
Right. Yeah.
But then he also is their best receiver.
The blockers too.
Well, let me get back to my point.
Go ahead.
If you can neutralize George Kittle, I don't give it. That's another point about them having to pass the ball. I'm gonna get to that point. Mm-hmm. But if you neutralize George Kittle, that's a lot of their offense because he's an edge blocker. Then that means also that Tyrann Mathieu's in the box to help with the run. To help with the run. And also, he's going to be able to cover. And if he can neutralize George Kittle, that's going to be a good, I think, a plus for the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, this battle with Mahomes and Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be a battle. Because I don't think the Chiefs, one, I think people are vastly underrating their defense. I think they've been playing by far, and I've been saying this, some of the best defense in the NFL the last half of the season.
Really?
You have to
listen. You just need to go look at. I'd rather not argue with you. I'd rather you go look at the numbers. Go look at the quality of teams they played. Just go look at the teams they played. They're a playoff team. That means they had to win more of those games and they lost. I don't know what more to tell you. They've been playing great defense.
So did the Packers.
They blitz a lot, and they're gonna put a lot of pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they're gonna load the box up, especially from a team who's only passed the ball 8 times the previous week.
Yeah, what that do?
You're going to load the box, and I think you force Jimmy Garoppolo to beat you because, one, your running game is proven to be devastating. Mm-hmm. George Kittle has proven to be all-world, and guess what the third thing is left? Jimmy Garoppolo, the one unproven. I think that's the key. You make him pass the ball and duel with Patrick Mahomes.
So you're asking the Chiefs defense to stop the running game and George Kittle?
I think it's just a point where George Kittle is an extension of the running game. He is either going to be blocking or he's going to be out for a route. So one way or another, you're going to put Tyrann Mathieu in the box.
I think they do have the best matchup
for George Kittle.
But
it's
hard to say.
I think you just
but you like you said, you have to make them throw the ball.
Yeah, you have to make George
by any means necessary. I understand they got Emmanuel Sanders, Deebo Samuel. None of them are really proven in no big game. Emmanuel Sanders coming off a torn Achilles, so I'm just not. He got to throw the ball. He's playing decent. I'm not taking anything away from him.
Hold on, scouting tip. How did y'all come back 28-3 in the Super Bowl? Because that was the offensive coordinator who is now the head coach of your team. How did y'all come back? They couldn't run the ball.
Oh yeah,
they took away the run in the second half, up 28-3, and that's why the Falcons were passing because they couldn't run the ball.
The Patriots defense, and we are not the offense. You know that.
Why do you? I think we'll be back here in 2 weeks talking about this. I think you're grossly overrating. Not overrating,
underrated.
But the 49ers defense, I do think is the best defense in the NFL playing right now. Of course. And I think because you look at the 49ers defense, everything is in comparison to them.
That's not true.
The Kansas City Chiefs defense is not the 49ers defense. Yeah. No, they're not the 49ers defense.
They have been playing.
But compared to your offensive weapons, they are suited to stop you all. They're not. You guys aren't going to just beat up on them. They have a great interior lineman.
If they get
up
Chris
on
Jones,
if
they get up on you, that is a way by itself
neutralize the running game. That was the third part I was going to run. That was my third point.
And they can get up on you. They do got the most prolific offense you're going to find.
Like I said, my third and final point. I don't think this is going to be a game where Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be able to get through without passing the ball 8 times. I don't care how effective the running game will be because Mahomes can put the points on the board so quickly. If you guys can't sustain a running game and you think you're going to pass the ball 8 times and beat the Kansas City Chiefs, that's just not a blueprint.
Well, the only reason why we threw the ball 8 times because the running game was sustainable. So, obviously, if we're throwing the ball only 8 times, we're busting their ass on the running game.
So you just expect it to happen again in 2 weeks, I guess.
Well, I think that if you looked at it, just as what I'm saying, that because they're playing my team, I have to do the scouting report in detail. See, you guys are just looking at it like, oh, my Saints not in it. I'm going to just look at the Chiefs and say, oh, they're doing better.
That does not hurt my feelings.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm not trying to hurt feelings. I'm just trying to be factual here. When you look at the numbers, right, they are playing better than you. Do you know what the Chiefs defense was at the beginning of the year?
Terrible.
Trash.
Yeah.
And they're playing better than that, a lot better than that, though.
No, but
they're not playing top tier defense, though.
Yes, that's the part that I don't think you understand. I am definitely saying they're playing top tier defense. That is exactly what I'm saying. They're top the 5 to 10 defense in the NFL at the end of the year. When the season ended, they were a top 10 defense in the NFL. What more do you want? Coupled with by far the most dangerous offense in the league. Just
why is it by far and they didn't even finish number 1?
You been watching them?
Yeah, I've been watching them. I also watched that defense fall down too. Fall back behind the Tennessee Titans team that can't put points on the board.
He's being a fan.
I'm not. I'm just watching. That's not a fact that I just said. They did not fall back 24-9.
No,
I mean,
that's a
17.
Fact. They fell back 24-0. It was a turnover. It was a fumble. Tyreek Hill fumbled. It was like it wasn't because the defense was just poor. They also were like,
and let's be
Deshaun Watson got the ball on the 5 one time.
Well, just to be, just some facts to it. Since probably the second half of the season, they only gave up 30 points one time.
To who though?
To the Titans, actually.
They ran through them that game.
That was the first game. Patrick Mahomes came back as well. 35.
But we also saw what they did to them.
After that,
they went up 17, whatever. They went into halftime. They had 17 points. I think they scored like another touchdown. And then by the time the next time they scored, the game was out of it.
Week 5, they gave up to the line to the Colts 13 points, and then to go down the line 24 to Houston, 6 to Denver, 24, 23, 32, 17, 9, 16, 3, 3, 21. So that they've been a top tier defense.
I heard a lot of single digits in them last ones.
Against a lot of sorry teams, though.
I mean,
against a lot of they're not playing the 49ers,
it's
bro.
Football.
This is the best team in football right now.
Man.
The 49ers have proven to be the best.
How? What have they proven?
They have the best. For one, they've run the ball better than the Tennessee Titans, who've been running through everybody, and they played the best defense.
Y'all were
yourself.
How are they by far the best team in the NFL when they were 1 inch away? Y'all were 1 inch away from being a 5 seed. Y'all were 1 inch.
You said it yourself. You said it yourself a couple episodes ago. Defense wins championships. Who has the best defense in football left right now? That's what you said. That's fine.
But it also is things have to complement each other. You can't just trot the best defense on the field. I lied because the best defense in football actually was in Chicago. But obviously, as you can see, you just can't trot. On paper, even when they performed like they performed, they was always behind the sticks. The defense was always on the field. That's really one of the best defenses in the league.
One of, yeah, we can do that.
But you can see you can't trot a non-complimentary offense out there with. Damn that point. Let me get back to the first point you made because I really don't want to get caught in this argument you're trying to force me into. You said that the San Francisco 49ers was by far the best team in the NFL all season. Y'all were an inch away from being a 5 seed.
That's true.
Y'all were an inch away from being a 5 seed.
And who was the 5 seed?
The Seahawks, bro. Y'all were an inch away from being a 5 seed. No. Let's talk about this point.
Because all that is irrelevant. We was the number 1 seed, though. We was the inch into being the number 1 seed.
No, but your point was that you guys were the clear-cut best team in the NFL all season. You were not.
Who was better than us? The Ravens are out of it. Who's better than us? Just left. We're the best team in football right now.
Oh, well, I mean,
we don't know that. That shit gonna get proven on the field.
I mean, yeah, but if you're gonna take it to that simplest form, yes, you're correct. Yeah, either the 2 teams that are left. Yeah, the 2 teams that are left by record. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going for it. We're gonna get off this Super Bowl talk. We're gonna get off on the Super Bowl talk. But we're gonna stay on your 49ers, man. Darrelle Reeves had some stuff to say about your boy Sherm, man. My boy Sherm too. He alluded to the fact he's back on that Sherm don't travel thing. Yeah. Thinks he hides in zone.
Couch talk.
Yeah.
Watching.
So I got a question. Joy,
poorly timed.
First off, do y'all think he was hating?
Yes.
Yeah, he was definitely hating.
Majorly.
But it's a fact what he said. I think it was poorly timed. He just won the NFC Championship. Why are we bringing this up now? They just really beat the shit out of the Packers.
Yo, he going to the championship again, yo. He don't travel.
Yeah, I mean, Darrell Reeves got his own ring. So like I said, I don't know why he's
a sucker.
He
traveled. He traveled for that ring. You get that right? He traveled because he couldn't do shit in New York.
Well, that's not what he means.
He went to the Patriots, who was loaded. I get it.
He made us loaded on the defensive end. Believe that, though. I
can't
do
get
think
loaded with just one player, though.
Defensively, he does a lot. He does a lot.
He's definitely a force multiplier. He definitely makes your he changes your scheme.
Yeah, bro. It makes everybody else's job easier when you got a guy like that.
Here's what I got to say. Yes, he was hating.
Yeah.
And it can be a point where, yes, he was telling the truth.
Yes, it was both to me.
Listen, there has to be some line we got to draw in the sand. Damn all this. It got to be a line drawn in the sand. It got to be a line drawn in the sand where these corners, who you can't talk shit about people who don't travel when the only thing you can do is travel. And if somebody just asks you to go hold some shit up or drop back in zone, you getting your ass exposed.
Exactly.
Because to be in all actuality, there's not many teams in the NFL that run a primary man scheme. So most teams are going to be primary zone. Mm-hmm. So even if you're traveling across the field, you're still playing zone defense. Yep. But most of these guys who can't travel or that call all this traveling can't like play in zone. And I feel like, why is that a shot at Sherm, who they make this idea that he plays nothing but zone and can't play man defense? Exactly. But then on the other spectrum, we have 1,001 of these corners who can do nothing but chase people around. And
to me, it's only really just him that can say something. If anybody else is saying something, like you said, I really don't want to.
I don't think it's really just him either. Because there's a point with Richard Sherman. I mean, with Revis, he got to shut up too. Because
when he went to Tampa,
he played 11 seasons.
You played well in Tampa.
He got 11 seasons. Sherman's stats already better in 9. But this is a point where Sherman can always look at him and say, check stats. Yeah, you can check stats.
Eye test, I'm going Darrell Reeves, and like I said.
But the eye test, you don't see all the interceptions.
This is my thing with with that whole argument right there. Two things can be true. Because Richard Sherman doesn't travel, mainly because he in Seattle he wasn't asked to. For two, like you said before, zone coverage takes a certain type of player. So if you are a man coverage, that's usually showing off your athleticism and your instincts for the football. Now in coverage, in zone coverage, you are kind of dependent on other people, but you're kind of dependent on other people. They're dependent on you to be smart enough to stay in your spot because that's what they're guessing on.
Yeah, but you can also say, not to cut you off, but you can also say that he's played on 2 of the top defenses you'll ever find too. So yeah, him playing zone and he's been relying on some of the best guys.
Whoa! Let's put that in perspective.
Seattle wasn't one of the best defenses you could find.
He's the only common denominator here. That's why I want you to keep in mind.
Please. The 49ers defense is fantastic.
No, you can't go change the whole cast.
Bobby, what do you mean?
We can't. So look at this. Richard Sherman is the only thing that's
been fantastic.
Okay, now at first here was the first thing. At first, it was Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor. Oh, they save him. You got this underneath. You got him over the other side.
Those are
now,
two of the best at their position.
So now but you go change the situation. Now he does not have Jimmy Ward and Jaworski Tartt, or no Cam Chancellor no Earl Thomas, and he's still producing the same on the back end. He's still shutting down his third of the field. And it's just a point where we got to stop saying like he was a beneficiary of these other guys.
I never said
he seems like the peak.
He may be.
he
may be. But you can look at the rest of that defense, and like you said at the beginning of the season, I looked at all these pieces the 49ers had, and they fantastic,
but
right?
that's my point to
where
one guy.
That's my point.
I thought they had a lot of nice young pieces.
But that's my point right there, though.
They're fantastic.
One guy, a team can still be loaded without that one guy. So like Richard Sherman, he makes them a part. He makes them a whole.
You need them guys, man.
Darrell Reeves is a
those guys win those guys win Super Bowls, bro. I'm sorry. You need them type of Them force multipliers, Patrick Mahomes, bro.
Darrell Reeves was just hating mainly on timing, like Keith said. I
It's
think
bad
that
timing,
would,
man.
I think that what he
said.
said.
If the 49ers get knocked out well beforehand, he's just talking shit. It's probably still hating, but I'm still okay with it.
Shout out to Richard Sherman. Shout out to Richard Sherman from coming back from the Achilles.
Best corner in football.
He came back from the Achilles, man, and still one of the
best corner in football.
No, sir.
Who?
Richard Sherman, best corner in football.
No, sir.
I think he is. It's just the point where, like,
I'll take Stephon Gilmore.
I mean, I wouldn't argue your ear off. I wouldn't care. I'm just going to say, you on this side of the fence, I'm on this side. I'm just looking at you. You look at me.
My team.
Right.
I'm going to take my team.
I just like Sherm. I mean, who, me?
They got one too. They got.
I like Lattimore.
He ain't better than either one of them, though.
Nah, he too inconsistent right now. He only come to play if it's a great wide receiver across the field. Yeah. He's still young, but he tough.
Yeah, but real talk though, Darrell Reeves is my favorite corner of all time, man. He's
of all time.
Who your favorite hooper of all time?
Deion Sanders, yes, but other than that, bro, other than that, I got Darrell Reeves, man.
All right, quick. Can y'all do me a favor real quick? I need y'all both to do me a favor. Promise y'all gonna keep this one short because we got to move on. I got a quick one. Give me y'all top 5 corners all time.
Oh shit, probably don't even have. I'm not a football.
So look, this is what I got. I got Deion.
Consensus number 1, Deion.
I got Deion. I got
Rod.
I got Champ.
No.
I got Mel Blunt.
No.
I got Darrell Reeves.
No. See, the problem is if your top 3 ain't. I don't even care the order, but it got to be Deion, Rod. No, it got to be Deion, Rod, Charles.
Charles
Rod played safety too.
Charles Woodson is my favorite football player of all time, period. But that's including his college career. Charles Woodson didn't. His NFL career wasn't as great as his college career.
It was
man,
good.
you crazy.
It was good, but for me, Darrell Reeves and like I told you, Charles was my favorite football player of all time.
I'll choke you right now.
I could probably take Darrell. I could probably take
all the way
like Darrell Green out of my top 5 and put Charles Woodson there. Because I get it. I get the Charles Woodson argument though.
I got Charles Woodson 4 after Richard Sherman and Darrell Reeves and Deion.
You got Richard Sherman in your all time.
You got Sherman on there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There's no reason not to. His stats say otherwise.
Yeah. And like you said, he's in the Super Bowl again. You forgot that part. He also
I said that about Darrell Reeves. That wasn't my argument.
I mean, I'm just saying, like you just forgot. You just forgot. This is the same team you were just gloating about. I'm giving your team credit. You got to remember.
You said you ain't want to be on this long.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to make it wrong.
It'd be him. I was just thinking. I was about to start.
Done. I said
you doing it. Then
okay,
you're fine.
We go. We got obviously my top 3 I named, and then I got Reeves and Sherman there. Okay. Reeves and Sherman.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I like Cam. Cam love that jail, boy. I tell you.
What?
He love that jail, boy. He love being that prisoner at that moment. Boy.
What moment?
He love that jail.
What moment I'm in?
The argument of Sherman and Reeves, clearly, I believe, puts Sherman in your top 5.
No, he's been a Sherman fan for a while. I mean,
yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's cool.
What?
Since the Patriots,
hey, when Reeves was playing football, I was saying Sherman was the best.
Yeah, he was
what
wrong.
you talking about?
Then you was just wrong.
Yeah, he was.
Don't matter. You just challenged my consistency, and now I done killed that one. Now you want to challenge me again?
I ain't challenging.
All right, man.
Got to. Let's go. Oh, who? Huh? Aeneas Williams. He was pretty good. He Hall of Fame, ain't he? Sure. He played for the Cardinals. That.
Yeah, he ain't no Richard Sherman.
Hooping, man. We talking hoops.
So move on to
hoops.
To real sport, man.
Hoops.
Yeah.
What we tired of talking about the 49ers.
Yeah, you gonna get it. You get tired of talking about the 49ers.
Hoops.
Saints ain't around. Yeah.
Hoops.
What you decide you want the name to talk? I don't know.
I forgot.
On, man.
This one, man, I forgot. Yeah, see.
Don't blame me.
I ain't blaming him this time. That's on me. Forgot. The next segment, man, we got right here called Trust or Bust. Man.
Oh, yeah.
K-Flow, man.
Yeah, man, we're going to talk about some of this. Everybody talks about LeBron James and these big names. We're going to talk about some of this young talent that's up and coming, man. We're going to talk about, see who we can trust, not really a bust, but kind of where you can project their ceilings to be, man. So to kick it off, I got some names thrown around. I'm sure we can. I pulled out a lot of names, but we can just talk through a few.
Okay.
I think we can start with the biggest names, the biggest of the shorter names. We're gonna skip Luka and Trae Young because I think we already sold on what they can do. I think that's clear as day.
Correct.
But it's a lot of conversation in our chat about Ben Simmons. So we can start with Ben Simmons. My boy wanted to bring up Ben Simmons. for me, he's an all-star. Clear cut every day of the week. Mm-hmm. I have a big problem with him not attempting jump shots. Mm-hmm. I think that's asinine. He's way too open, and I think that clogs the paint for him and Joel Embiid fighting for that interior. If you watch lately, I think they might be undefeated, if I'm not mistaken, or they got a winning record. They're like 4-2 or something like that since Joel's been out, and Ben Simmons has been killing because Joel Embiid's not clogging the paint. He can primarily play power forward, so I think his ceiling is all-star. I don't think. Absolutely. I think one of them got to go. That's my take on them.
Shout out to my boy Derek Jeter, though, man. He was one vote shy of a unanimous Hall of Fame.
Haters.
Yeah. They hating on my boy DJ, man. Shout out to them Yankees, man. Okay, her, you see my boy Jeter? Yeah. Hey, super hate. Whoever, that one guy, we going to find you. Find his name, Herm.
Yeah, it's probably the same guy that voted for Carmelo Anthony that year. LeBron didn't get that.
My fault. Just got the notification. My bad, Keith.
And it's probably one of the guys that didn't vote for Lamar Jackson.
Ben Simmons, though, man. Mm-hmm. Ben Simmons. I'm tired of him. You already hit a lot of the points.
You really don't like this guy.
It's not that. It's not that. I'm here to let people know it's not that I have a problem with Ben Simmons. Well, I do have a problem. Not that I dislike him. But my problem with him is he's grossly overrated because he really will not transform or improve like any part of his game. There's got to be a point where we look at him as a rookie, sophomore, junior. This is junior year now, with senior year, whatever it is, third, fourth year. And he looks very similar to what I saw rookie year, besides he plays better defense. To me, and he's already been paid. Max contract. So he's been paid. So all that, he's young. No, he got a big boy contract. And that's more my problem. He's not elevating his game from year to year. And every other player, that's how they judge, that's how they're analyzed, that's how they're evaluated. And I think we've been giving Ben a pass.
It's not that we're giving him a pass. It's hard to criticize him when he can do the things he does without shooting.
Exactly.
Like the other night, I think somebody posted,
that's
he went
the
36,
that's the only
36, 13, and 13. He won't shoot a jump shot. How can you criticize?
But he's averaging like 14, 7,
I'm sure it's gone
14,
up. I'm sure it's gone up.
16, 8, and 8.
But I also think that's a product of the team. It's not built around him. He needs a team built around him.
How would you build a team around him?
Shooters. He's got to be the primary paint person.
But then you're almost asking him to be the Greek freak, and I don't think he got that type of game where you just gonna get out of his way.
No, he don't have that motor.
Another shot creator.
It's a different game.
That's fine, but it doesn't need.
So the minute you bring
a post player, it does not need to be. But that's my point. I'm not saying he needs.
But shit, if you bring a wing out there, he gonna be in their way.
No, he will.
But he'll be ready for the dump down,
and then he'll be able to set the screen.
You need a stretch five. He'll
be able to set the screen. But shit, you got Ben Simmons bringing his whole up the court. Now you messing up Joel Embiid because he's standing over there in the corner.
Or he's standing on the perimeter.
I just don't think he's the type player that you can, because that's in essence what he'd have to play like, Greek freak.
No, not even.
In order for you to build
point guard. You don't have to play like, he doesn't have to play like anything but the point guard that he's playing like.
Bro.
He doesn't. His game might not fit that team.
So if you put shooters around him, do you think 28 and 8 is going to be enough to lead a team? He got to put up Greek freak numbers if you're going to if you're going to build a team around Ben Simmons. That means he's the focus.
If you have this is what I'm saying. Right now, I don't think Greek freak can win a championship. So right now, even if you build whatever team like you're building around Greek freak, it's not enough to win a ring. So if you want to bring that up, I think that if he was given that opportunity in that regard, then he'll probably have to put up those numbers. But Greek freak puts up those numbers.
But I'm not asking to like winning a championship. Like it's only going to be one team to do that. The goal is to try to win a championship.
Yeah, you don't think they're in a position
to
do that?
So what I'm asking you is, how do you
Given
build?
That you said Trae Young and Karl Anthony Towns can do it, you don't think that these two are in a position?
I'm not disputing that. I'm asking you that if you go build a team around Ben Simmons, that's what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're so you put shooters around him.
Yeah.
So once you do that, now his game would have to be like Greek freak because he would have to carry the team.
No, he doesn't. He just has to penetrate to the lane.
Hold on. First of all,
you're not saying that shooters, they're not standalone shooters. We want creators too. You still want people that can shoot the ball, though.
Same way, but
it doesn't have to be the same setup. Yeah, he doesn't have to be the guy. Yeah,
if we getting rid of Embiid, is like
no, you're forcing this Greek freak thing. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, you're forcing the narrative.
Asking a question.
No, you're saying he has to play.
You're not asking a question. You're forcing the narrative.
So I'm saying, so how do you build the team?
I said with shooters, not like Greek freak. Like he's a point guard.
Another scorer or creator can still be a shooter.
Hold on. Let me just to help y'all understand what
Trae Young not a shooter?
To help y'all understand what I'm saying again.
Okay, go ahead.
No, Marco Bellinelli. No, you don't need a team full of Marco Bellinelli.
Okay,
that's what you about to say.
Yeah, when you ask me, when I ask a question, I say, hey, so what do you put around Ben Simmons? When you respond to me, shooters, I look at shooters. I'm asking a question. I'm just asking y'all to answer. Don't get mad at me because you're not answering the
question. Why do we have to hold your hand through that?
Yeah, you said
we don't have to hold your hand through that, bro. You can figure that out. Chris Middleton is just not a standalone shooter.
Right. Well, that's not a. He's still okay. So if you put Chris Middleton there with him, okay. So if you put Chris Middleton, it's just like having Tobias Harris, right?
No, it's not like just having Tobias Harris.
Why is it not?
Because
just similar to Tobias
bro,
Harris.
you got to understand these dudes played. They play different styles. You watch basketball, bro. Like you make it seem like
they're very similar.
You are a novice. Like you only watch NASCAR.
You're sitting here trying to say that Tobias Harris and Chris Middleton don't have similar games. I can't talk.
Eric Bledsoe plays on the Bucks.
Yeah, but I'm saying
another ball creator, right?
Right, but that's not true. But again, now you guys are just so now you guys are just comparing a team that's built for Greek freak.
We're using that to help you out. Yeah,
I'm saying if you fill him with shooters, he's going to have to play like Greek freak.
No, he doesn't have to play like Greek freak, though. That's what we're saying. Greek freak doesn't play like a point guard.
I understand that.
He's a facilitator. Greek freak is not that.
Go ahead. Y'all got it. I understand he can't play like Greek freak.
So why you keep saying that?
So I'm asking what other piece? That's what I've been saying. You say Chris Middleton. I'm like
particular examples. I don't have a direct person.
But you understand basketball, right? You're not dumb in basketball. You only play skates.
Y'all got it. I don't care anymore. I really don't care anymore.
You gotta care. We got a show to talk to.
I don't care about this point. I don't.
Well,
no, I mean, I'm not upset. I just don't care to keep saying like it's either.
We kicked his ass on that.
No, you're either gonna build the team or you're not. You haven't built the team, so I don't care to have this convo with you anymore. Either build a team or we'll talk about another player.
All right, we're gonna talk about another player. Yeah, this is too much for you.
No, it's not. I know that it's not a team you're gonna be able to build around Ben Simmons because one, he doesn't have the offensive. He does not have the offensive motor to carry a team.
Why doesn't he? Why doesn't he?
Even without
right now.
Even without Embiid, it's like 36 is like the best game he's had. He's still averaging 20. He's still having 17.
I know we live in an era.
We obviously live in an era where you only look at your phone. You only look at the last game he played, and you only think he dropped 36 a game without Embiid. I watched the 6 games before that.
All right.
He still plays timid. He still comes out of a game with 15 to 16 points, 12 or 13 shots.
Timid. He always goes to the rack and he's banging out.
The problem is he doesn't. Right, that's the thing. So it's like I'm asking.
I'm not saying he could do it by himself.
That's all I'm saying. I'm like, you saying you can build a team with shooters. I'm like,
first of all, I'm giving you the finish. I didn't even finish. I don't have a plan right on top of my head for Ben Simmons and the team. But he needs his own team.
Listen. We spent too much time on.
Right. That's what I'm just asking. What would you do?
Listen, we spent too much time on Ben Antetokounmpo. We're gonna move on. Trust the bus. Lonzo though, right? That's the next one. That's the next one.
What about Lonzo?
Go ahead, that's your guy.
Lonzo,
trust the bus.
I mean,
that's your guy.
I told you earlier that.
I mean, he's been playing better. He's been playing better, a lot better. But I think it's a product of situation. Drew Holiday hadn't played in almost a month.
He was playing last night.
He didn't play. That's his first game back. That was his first game back. He dropped damn near 40, and you seen Lonzo take a back seat, back to the basics.
Yeah, that's.
I honestly don't see Lonzo making an All-Star game, man. I don't see Lonzo making an All-Star game.
Wow.
In his career.
I'm tripping. I'm inclined to agree because.
Why am I tripping?
I'm inclined to. Go ahead. I'm inclined to agree because one, I think he'll never put up the numbers, and I think numbers get you into the All-Star game.
No motor.
So it's not even about the motor. It's just about I don't think he's going to ever put up the numbers to get in the All-Star game.
Correct, yeah. He will be a good player.
He's a good player, but I just don't think he'll put up the numbers to be All-Star. But I don't think All-Star dictates I mean,
no, I'm just saying. I mean, but that does dictate if you're a top tier player.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I don't think that's going to dictate his value to a
fans,
team.
No, absolutely not. Right. The fans vote for 5 players, the starting 5, but the coaches do pick the rest. So it's not like it's not like it's just stats. You got to put up numbers. That's for sure because your competition is going to put up numbers.
I'll say this. I'll say the jury's still out.
On what?
The reason being is
he is who he is at this point to me.
This is the reason being. I seen things in Lonzo when Drew Holiday is off the team. That he can play at a very high level. I just think that Lonzo he's a late bloomer, and I feel like once given an opportunity, I think that he'll be able to possibly put up numbers.
It's about to get worse.
Being that he's popular, I think he can possibly put up the numbers to get into an All-Star game if given an opportunity. So I wouldn't say for his career.
I mean, we keep saying give him an opportunity.
He hasn't had an opportunity though.
What do you mean? We had. Granted,
come on, don't give him that Luke Walton bullshit.
I mean, what do you mean? He's still out there.
Them Laker years really don't count, bro.
He gonna get them. He gonna get the most.
Now, when he got to New Orleans, this would be a better opportunity for him.
So, no, it's not. You got Brandon Ingram out there jacking. Zion about to come back.
Yeah, but he's a point guard. He's not the guy that's got. He got to worry about points.
My thing is, I think since Lonzo was a rookie, I think we've just tried to. Everyone wants to make him something he's not.
Right.
He is a multi-tool. He is. Mm-hmm. He is a like when I say please don't start. When I say Draymond Green, he is a Draymond Green type player to your team. He's just a glue guy. Mm-hmm. He's nothing's gonna explode off the stat sheet with him. But when you watch him play, he's gonna do it everywhere. He's playing great defense. He's in the passing lanes. He's keeping the offense flowing.
I told you, he plays the right way.
Yeah, he just plays the game the right way. What's up?
Question.
What it?
Would Lonzo Ball be better fit?
Please don't do that for me. So here, that was my second point. I sit here and listen to people evaluate Lonzo Ball, and I'm like, why are y'all not this harsh and this critical of Ben Simmons? I really don't understand it because I truly do think you can replace him on that Sixers team, and it wouldn't make them worse. They would at least be, I would say, the same team. Because I honestly watch Ben Simmons every night because when I'm critical of somebody, I watch. I continue to watch. Whether it's me to watch to be critical or it's me to watch to educate myself, I watch. And there's so many games because everybody just want to pull their phone out of the game over and say, ha, Cam, you wrong at 36. He still plays like he does. It's not always urgent. He just walks the ball. He doesn't play like a superstar. He plays very passive like Lonzo Ball a lot. Like the same things y'all say about him. Like we watch Ben Simmons. Like Ben Simmons scored 1 or 0 points in a playoff game. But y'all will sit here and drill James Harden all season about he's going to crumble in the playoffs. And this guy, you get pass after pass after pass after pass. Jump on people's necks when they say he's overrated. And he crumbles in the playoffs because he won't shoot the ball.
James Harden gets criticized because, for one, he's a far better player than Ben Simmons is. He's more of a veteran.
Had more time.
And he has way more time. So that point is null. Of course, Ben Simmons is going to put up games where he has a point or 0 points. He's not a scorer.
How many times has Ben Simmons been in the playoffs? Can y'all answer that question for me?
Joey, you can't give him a pass.
I'm not giving him a pass,
bro. That's a clear
in the playoffs. In the playoffs, right?
That's not a pass.
There's no reason for him to score 0 to 2 points.
How many times has Philly been to the playoffs?
I'm sorry.
Twice. Pretty much last 2 seasons, right?
Been in the league 3, 4. What?
Yeah, but the last 2 seasons, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's time now.
He hadn't played well in either one of the playoffs, right?
Well, he's played well.
Why is it?
He had bad games.
Yeah. No, he's had bad series.
Steph Curry's had bad series. Steph Curry's had bad finals.
Steph Curry's also has 3 rings.
Yeah, because of
he has 3 rings.
Yeah, he does have 3 rings, and we can get into that with the injuries and all that other bullshit. But yeah, Steph Curry is another person that seems to falter in the finals. So that's another guy that we can talk about if we want to drill and criticize.
No, he has 3 rings.
Yeah, he has 3 rings.
Wait.
Robert Horry has 7.
But he has 3 rings.
Robert Horry has 7.
He was.
Robert Horry has 7.
Yeah, we not. Why?
And
if I can't compare Ben Simmons to him,
and his falter is like 25 points per game still. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Steph Curry has a back, and he averaged like
25 though.
Well, go check all his series.
We went from 0 points to like going down from like averaging 30 in the regular season to like 25 in the series, and now he's just like, come on, that's not the same. If I can't compare Ben Simmons to James Harden, how dare you compare Ben Simmons to Steph Curry struggles? Come on,
because at the levels of what the players they have the similar struggles.
No, you talking about a champ?
Top tier.
You telling me I can't compare? You telling me I can't compare Ben Simmons to James Harden?
No, you can't.
Two non-champions, but you're gonna open your mouth and compare Ben Simmons
because
Steph
Curry
went from Ben to Harden to Curry.
Steph Curry and James Harden are MVPs. Ben Simmons isn't. So we wouldn't.
Yeah, that was
because of the rings. He
said
rings.
Yes,
rings
because you brought up Steph Curry struggling in the playoffs like he doesn't have 3 rings.
Yeah.
It's no way you can
struggle.
How can struggle in the playoffs be associated with the name of somebody who has been the leader of 3 championships?
He's been a leader?
I mean, that's not.
Yes.
No, he hasn't been a leader of 3 championship teams. That's foolish to say that.
He's still a leader.
Kevin Durant has been the leader and best player on that team.
Yeah.
And
you know he won a ring. You know he won a ring.
Nothing but the shooter on that team.
At this point, you just talking loud. You know he won a ring before Kevin Durant got there. That didn't happen either.
Should have won the second one.
That didn't happen either, huh?
That happened, but on
Draymond Green
let
it don't matter though. That happened. That's what I'm saying. Even Kawhi's, as much as I hated
the story behind it, don't try to make them equal.
No, but as much as I hated the Warriors, I don't sit here and shit on Kawhi. That's fine, but I don't shit on Kawhi for not.
His 3 rings don't mean the same as LeBron James' 3 rings.
Don't shit on players for winning the championship, bro.
I'm not shitting on him for winning the championship.
He won a championship. No,
and you're making up false.
I'll wait. No, I'm not. This is what you said.
He was the leader. He's not the leader. At what point?
Okay, no.
In what area?
I'll wait. I'll just wait till you stop talking loud.
What point did he
Okay, we'll just wait. We'll wait.
At what point did he leave?
Whenever you want us to answer the question. Whenever you want us to answer the question.
Go ahead.
So he led the team before he won 73 games. He led that team to the finals and won.
He led them.
Your response to that.
Who was the finals MVP?
I can't finish. I can't win with you.
You can't.
So then your response to that was he didn't lead that team.
Yes, he didn't lead that team.
Who led that team then?
For one, who was the finals MVP in that series? Since that's
Andre
what you're bringing up.
Iguodala,
All right.
man. He didn't lead that team. Somebody got to get him there. Don't disrespect the whole.
Splash Brothers.
Don't disrespect the whole
the shooting
journey
is what led them there.
Okay,
2 of the greatest shooters to ever play the game.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Yeah.
Now, rings shouldn't have been brought up.
Yeah.
I think rings means
you say,
nothing.
Yeah, you brought them up.
Okay,
Right,
cool.
you're right.
Rings shouldn't have been brought up. Makes no difference. But Joey, him having a bad series is like averaging 25 points. Ben Simmons is having a bad series.
6.
He's talking about scoring 0 points, 2 points, 4 points.
I get that.
That's not.
But my point is, players struggle.
And what the hell does Robert Horry got to do with anything?
Yeah, but the hell the rings had to do with anything. That's what I'm saying.
Because I was saying I brought up rings to say you're talking about a player who won.
I know who I'm talking about.
I brought up rings to say you brought.
I was talking about.
I brought up rings to say you're talking about a player who, in these struggles, won championships.
Right.
So 25. That's not that much of a struggle.
But see, the problem with that argument is it was it was Leandro Barbosa on that team. He also won a ring. Yeah. What does that mean?
But also he was that's what I'm saying. Like, so when you say something like that, that's where Robert Horry came from. I said, no, this guy was a leader on the team. Like, we're not talking about Robert Horry. We're talking about a real leader. We're talking about an MVP. We're not talking about Robert Horry. That's where that came from.
None of that, bro. None of that. Because you understand, like, don't bring up MVPs like Steve Nash didn't steal too.
Now we talk about Steve Nash.
Now we're talking about the pointless things you bring up. That's what we're talking about.
I don't know at this point.
I don't like to bring it up.
I don't know at this point what's happening.
What's the next person?
I don't know.
I don't even know. We didn't even talk about Lonzo. Y'all just want to talk about Ben Simmons.
I'm getting back to Lonzo. He asked that question
who's next?
Who brought up Raheem Mostert?
We can move on to real talk though. We got 2 other ones. We could probably cram 2 in this one. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Woo.
On the same team. I think they both actually got a chance to be all-stars. I think they're gonna kill each other. I think their team success. Well, if they do what's best for the team, is gonna kill their stuff.
Yeah,
because they're so good of a team that nobody's gonna really shine.
Yeah,
like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to me are held back.
Yeah, well, and they still have Kemba there.
I actually don't.
Yeah, because Kemba, Gordon Hayward.
So. I don't actually think so. I think they all shining.
But they're still
as a team though. Or
yeah,
as
they're
an
shining.
No, individually, I think
They
as
are
well.
shining, but I think they can go to another level.
I think they all got next level. But I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are in a good spot. I don't think they even ready to like take that step. So they're able to just take it along, slow and sure, and really
you may
progress.
be right about that,
but they literally, they all three of them are averaging over 20 a game. Like I feel like they're shining.
How about this though? I got a good question for you though, Cam. Real quick.
Yeah, you got them all on.
We see guys like Jaylen Brown and we see Jason Tatum. We see the potential in them, right? And we see that these guys can possibly take it there. Now they're taking it at the slow level. Are you accepting of that because of their winning and it's that you can see that they have the potential?
It's not a slow level though. It's not a slow.
The only reason why is because I see a guy like
they're-
Trae Young who's losing but putting
No.
up the crazy
I mean, they
numbers,
they
you know what I'm
won-
saying? Like,
yeah.
And I think they both
walked
can do
into
that on bad teams.
It's two separate situations too.
Okay.
For the Celtics, they walked into an organization that was never like losing.
Right.
They would just rebuild, and they had a ton of
They
draft
shouldn't
picks.
be there.
They're losing
there.
like 7
And they
seeds.
came to
trades.
they just came into a really good situation, a really good culture, and they were able to they were never forced to be the face of their franchise.
Right.
Like Jason Tatum is the third pick. That's both, and Jaylen Brown was both third.
Yeah.
They was both. Those
Jason
are
Tatum
face
was
of the
second, I think.
Yeah.
No.
they
Lonzo
both
went
were
two. I'm
third.
sorry. Yeah, they both were third
Those are
picks.
face of the franchise picks, and they haven't had that face of the franchise pressure, and there's nothing against them.
Right.
Nothing
That's what
against
I
them.
was getting.
And then they got
Yeah.
the success early too. They got the playoff experience. They got
And then
all
I
that.
think that
early.
last year
For sure.
that just kind of really messed them up because bringing Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward back into the fold, they were just ready to spring.
That's what I'm saying. That's
and it
what
was
I'm
like-
talking about. So that's the point I'm making right there. If these guys putting up the numbers that they're putting up right now, but the team isn't as successful, how do we
Brandon
view
Ingram.
them? But Brandon
see, if
Ingram,
you
even
put
given his
Brandon-
opportunity,
But that's what I'm saying. If you put
Brandon,
right now, if I say
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, who you taking? Take Brandon Ingram.
yeah, you're gonna
Want to
take
know why?
Brandon.
Because he averaging 28 and 7.
Yeah,
It's not fair.
Right,
It's not fair.
It's
They got 12 wins.
because
You know
he's had
what I'm saying?
opportunity to show.
I think it's like a few
Yeah, I'm
more.
just
It's like
saying, you know what I mean?
Look, it sounds bad.
Okay,
Give my boy every win he got.
But they can make the playoffs in the West this year, though.
No,
they
they
got a
won't.
chance.
They got a chance.
They got a
They
chance.
They got a
Yeah,
chance.
because
Because John has a chance.
Zion come back and it's literally
Yeah.
like the West night is like I think the
Yeah.
Well, at least at the
AC
bottom part
like
of it.
below
Yeah, the
500.
bottom part.
yeah, but they'll be below 500, and that still to me don't look good. Yeah, you can say they made the playoffs, whatever.
For
think that'd be
JJ
good for that
Redick's
team.
sake. For
I think
JJ
that-
Redick's sake.
I think that'd be good. I actually think that's a good
bro.
move
Got
for
a
that
streak
team
on.
though to make that the
Yeah,
playoffs
absolutely.
because I
It's-
think
But
they
I'm
not in a
worried.
position where
I'm
they need
worried
to be
about
bringing
that
in no
mix,
more
though.
young players.
I'm really worried about that mix.
like
though.
it.
Where?
I mean, just
They gonna get
Zion's
Drew out of
gonna
there.
demand but Zion's a.
It's Drew that's not the pieces.
Zion don't
Once you
demand
get
the ball, though.
Once
I
you
think he
get,
can
we
get
don't know.
his.
We never played a game before. We don't know how he's
Well,
gonna
we
play.
saw him
it.
at
I mean,
Duke,
not
though.
that he's going to demand the ball. It's not like you give it to Zion, like, all right, get out the way.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, it starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be a focal part of that offense.
Yeah, you gonna want to get
Lonzo's
him.
about to go back into. It's
You need to stop hating on my
telling
guy.
you, I'm not hating. I saw it last night. Lonzo's been playing fantastic. You know, I don't even really care for him.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? When he playing good.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as Drew Holiday came back, he went back to maybe 11 points, 2, 3
I ain't watched
assists.
last night.
I did 2, 3 assists.
I think they played during the day, didn't
Yeah,
Yeah.
2, 3 assists, and whatever. Yeah, he's got to be
Yeah.
aggressive. And any team he goes to, there's gonna be aggressive guards, right? I don't see a team without aggressive guards anymore, bro.
he? Yeah.
You have to be that way. Yes, you throw the ball up the court to him up there, stand up there. That's a great pass to Etuan Moore. Fantastic. Next time, man, fuck Etuan Moore. You go take that bitch down the court. You have to have that mindset, bro.
34 minutes, you got to do better than 8, 9, and 5.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, that's cute. That's not.
You
lit.
see how critical they are, those numbers?
He's a second round.
Somebody
he's a
else
second
come get-
pick.
Yeah, but
That's what hurts him as well.
You can't compare.
well,
That's what hurts him
the
as well.
other guy that I've been arguing about all day was the number 1 pick, and he like y'all don't when he has 8, 9, and 9 and 34
Those are
You
minutes.
say that.
Which
It's just that it don't happen as
Hey, Herm,
often
check
as it does
this
Lonzo.
out, Herm. No, it doesn't happen all the time, actually.
No, it doesn't
No,
happen.
I
all
wanna
the
hit you
time.
with a
He's not
stat line,
averaging
though,
nowhere
Herm.
near 9 points.
So
what?
I think it was
That's
a
hate
game.
right there.
It was like the game after the 2 games after Embiid was out. Like I want to say, it was him. Mike Scott started in Embiid's spot, and Mike Scott was the only person on the team that Ben Simmons had more shot attempts than. They lost, I want to say, the Mavs by 17.
He had 11 points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds.
in that game against the Mavs. Mm-hmm. He lose by 17,
steals.
and he played like 39 minutes.
But after that,
every time Lonzo has a game like that, it's highlighted. Look at him. He's not aggressive. Oh, my God.
But after that, he's turned it up real talk.
He has
24,
he has definitely turned it up because
34.
people tagging me every day. I'm getting messages every day.
He hooping right now.
I'm very aware of what Ben is doing.
It's because Philly still wins a large amount of their games.
Yeah, is that what it is?
They don't win any game.
Right. So when you're putting up 16, 8, and 5,
That makes sense. Because it's like I just don't get like how like you just said he the number. I'm gonna get off of it though.
I don't even hate on Lonzo anymore, but it's, the problem. The only reason why I bring it up is because when he has 4 good games, it's like people like, yeah, y'all see this?
Yeah.
He had 4 good games. I don't say anything about the rest of the season. He been playing shitty. I ain't said a word. But don't throw 4 games in my face like, oh, he's that guy now. That's my problem.
I've always believed in him. They need more weed ass. He got to go to weed ass more. He got to go to weed ass more.
Shout out to weed ass.
I got one for you though, a dark horse.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Shout out to my boy G Till, man. That weed ass out there. He got about 2 or 3
LA
locations
too, right? I know he was doing a lot of LA.
Yeah, he got.
I seen some coming to Atlanta though. I seen a hashtag Atlanta real
G
talk.
Till, man.
I seen it today.
G Till, give me a weed ass in Atlanta.
We in there. Check his Instagram.
We
bro.
in there.
It's a hashtag that say like the locations, LA. Yeah, that's shit.
Really?
I saw it today.
And he got
But who's your
Here we go. Trust or bust, man. Bam Adebayo.
I trust him.
I trust him actually.
I trust him a lot.
I think you give him a little more time. Now I think he can go 2 ways drastically. He could be Clint Capella. He can very easily be Clint Capella, DeAndre Jordan, and them. He can very
showing a little bit more promise than that. Though.
Yeah, I'm just saying he has to. That's my point though. He has to keep improving because he could really fall into that slump, getting 15 rebounds and 8 lobs a game.
But he dribbled the ball a little bit. That's the
only
problem.
Man, I hope so,
That's the only way I won't let him get in there because he going always. I think he's gonna try to get in his bag now.
If we had to, there would be a poor man's version of him in the next coming years. I think.
No.
Clint Capella and DeAndre Jordan, there'll be a poor man's version. That's the type of player you'll get out of a poor man's version of Bam Adebayo because they're not going to be as good as Bam. Because he can dribble.
I think he's a little more Andre. I take Andre Drummond out of those categories because he does more than them.
He should.
He really does. And
he does.
It took him a while. He's trying to improve. He's trying to do the little jump shot thing. He works on that.
Because he came in such a defensive player.
Yeah,
you want to put him in there with Rudy Gobert, and he's not. He's way
Rudy
better
Gobert's
than Rudy
trash.
Gobert. He is.
Defensively, he's fantastic.
He's awesome, but that's it.
He's a fucking punk.
I can't.
He cried not making an All-Star game. He's a bitch.
It was the
Rudy
defensive
Gobert.
Player of the year.
He lost because he
cried All-Star game. He's a bitch.
But another guy though, he looks. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm all in, man. Ja Morant. Ja Morant, man, he is the next upcoming fantastic point guard.
Yeah, out there.
I love
and this is what I'm talking about. Lonzo Ball, Ja Morant. Granted, they different players.
2 different players. I was about to
Absolutely.
But one
That's
has a different heart.
But
no,
he's the number 2 pick as well.
The problem is Chino Hills.
Here we go. Here we go. This is again, y'all putting all this pressure. Like Lonzo Ball has to be all these things. He has to live up.
I want him to be.
He had to be De'Aaron Fox. He had to be Jason Tatum. He had to be like
his
every
era,
player.
But that's the problem. His group, his last 5 years, they popping, bro.
Yeah, but I think he's really good. Like he's a role player. No, I don't think he's a role player either. I think he's really good. He just don't play like them.
You said Lonzo Ball's just a role player?
He ain't a star.
Right now, he's just a role player. I
don't think he's just a role player now.
Bro.
So y'all saying he's a star? It can only be so many categories now.
I think he's a good player.
See, you making up a category.
Good player. Hold on.
So name me another player in his category then. I'm gonna tell you he's a role player as soon as you say it.
Oh, this gotta be
exactly.
good. This gotta be good. This gotta be good.
I know. I'm
trying to think of somebody.
I can't wait to shut this down.
Plead the fifth the next time, bro, because this gotta be good, bro. Please don't do Lonzo like
that. I'm fucking him up with this right
here.
Yeah.
No.
It's a 2-time All-Star.
I'm not doing it.
Exactly. That's my point, though.
He a good player, bro.
He a good player.
You got to give Lonzo the opportunity.
I do think
he's a
to his point,
he's in between what Cam thinks of him and what you think of him. I think he's right in between there.
I honestly think he is, to the point his circumstance has been like on some weird shit. Like he came into that like Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell like fallout fiasco. Then like the next year he had to be like
excuses.
Like I think it was LeBron, and then now it's not an excuse.
That has nothing to do with on the court. performance.
It does have a lot to do with on the court
D'Angelo
performance.
Russell was
So
gone.
hold on, can I ask y'all a question? Every time the first time I give any young player a pass, y'all like, fuck that. Hell no.
I don't give nobody no fucking passes.
I know what I'm saying.
So,
I'm the king of not giving people passes, but I'm like, bro, this guy in his first 3 years in the NBA.
Though. It's not just you. Everybody gives him a pass. He gets
Think about it though. So here's the
everybody likes it.
Everybody's like, but before he went to New Orleans, everybody was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be better right here.
I think it has, outside of injuries. The injuries got to get better, though. Now, if that don't get better, I'm done with him. Yeah, that's the problem. If the injuries don't get better, I'm done with him because I'm a firm believer you got to be on the court, you got to ball.
That's a fact.
I'm fine with Lonzo Ball.
I agree with that.
He is who he is.
I just think he is who he is, and I think the problem is everybody's trying to force him to be
I'm not for. He's a role player.
So you have All-Star in his future, right, Cam?
No, it's not possible because I don't think he's going to ever put up all-star numbers unless the all-star numbers
can
come
you
from
say
like
he better than?
15.
How about that?
He had to have like a 15, 10, and 10 year or something.
For him to be an all-star, he got to be better than some guards.
He's equal as, but
Oh, that's true too. I ain't take that into account.
Yeah, it's just you got to beat out your peers.
You got to beat out your peers.
beat them out. Niggas have bad seasons all the time.
No.
Not that many people.
Not perennial All-Star.
Not that many people.
They say all the time, opportunity. What is that opportunity? Because what he did when Drew Holiday was out, if he consistently does that, that's an all-star guard.
He's consistently
Yeah, do that
showing
out
when he
east.
won't. He's
He
consistently
has to do
showing
that out
when he
east,
won't.
Herm. He just has to do that out
I'm
east.
saying, look at Jason. Well, Jason Kidd was in the East.
No, Jason Kidd's an all-star.
Nah,
what do you mean?
I don't think the
Jason
East
Kidd was
matters. Though. I
fantastic.
think
Can I ask?
I don't think
hold
the
on,
East matters.
hold
Though.
on.
I think there's
Jason
good guards across
Can
the
I
board.
ask
though.
an age-old question?
Put up them same type numbers as Jason Kidd.
Hold on, yeah. Can I ask why? When people compare Alonzo Ball to Jason Kidd, why do old heads get like, oh my gosh, how dare you? Why?
No, that's not what I was doing.
You know what I'm saying?
First
But
of all,
like when he say Jason Kidd, like when he opened Jason Kidd, you like,
he's saying he compared Jason Kidd
To Lonzo
making-
Ball.
No, to making the All-Star game like Jason Kidd wasn't that dude.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what
Lonzo Ball has not shown stats or anything like Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd's stats never really.
No, they weren't dramatic, but they aren't Lonzo Ball stats, are they? Are they Lonzo Ball stats?
They're not that far away from
11,
him.
5, and 5. Stop it.
Nah, they
I mean,
are
not 5
far.
and 5, but it was like 12, 7 and 10.
I don't.
Yeah, it was.
I'm
That's
sure.
far though.
I
That's
don't
far
know.
though.
It wasn't 13, 14, whatever it is.
I'll look it up.
he's arguably rookie of the year if he's healthy. If he's healthy.
Maybe, yeah. I would.
Who?
Lonzo, I think.
Nah,
he's-
Darren, who on that? Yeah,
I mean, I think if he's healthy and he put a few
And
more
Jason-
points up, like
Jason Tatum?
because he averaged like 10, 7, 9, 7, and 7. I think if he averaged like 13, yeah, I think if he would average like 13, 8, and 8, yeah.
I didn't have a problem with his rookie season.
I didn't have a problem at all with his rookie
season. I'm talking about the continuation. It ain't getting better. His rookie season arguably his best season.
Yeah.
So what are we saying?
Yeah.
You want to talk about progress, right?
I'm agreeing
I
with
want to
you.
make sure.
I'm gonna look when you say, unlike you two assholes, when y'all say something, I'm like, yeah, can't argue with that.
I'd be right.
Is it hate if I say John Morant is going to have a sophomore slump?
No, he's not going to have a sophomore slump. He's too good for that.
So I guess it would be.
Negative, sir. His team is terrible. He's averaging almost 8 or 9 assists with terrible
let's bring
supporting cast.
Let's bring it
Give him
back.
somebody.
A few episodes, John
We got to get like a code word.
rookie.
But
Panola.
last segment, we're gonna bring it out with the wild. What do I call it? Damn it, I didn't write it down. What's it called? Yeah, I had it written down. Oh yeah,
That's wild.
Oh, that's wild or something like that. We're gonna rock with it. We're gonna call this last segment. That's wild. That's wild.
I'll have a voiceover for that too.
That's wild. You got it.
Yo, that's wild.
That's wild. So here we go, man. First, that's wild moment, man. We got Delonte West here, man.
Oh Lord,
Y'all
that is
seen the
wild.
video?
That is wild.
Yeah, man.
Y'all saw the
That's
video.
out of control.
Sad, man.
So first off, let me
That
say
is-
this.
that's-
Sad, man.
It's not funny, but it is kind of funny. But it's not funny because it's sad, like to see somebody down bad like that. But it's funny because it's like you just ask yourself, like, this guy played 10 years in the league, like 10 plus years. That means you had a sustainable career in the league. How do you like? I want to know how he end up like that. And then two, I got a question. Do y'all think the NBA has some type of responsibility as far as like helping out
Nah.
former players.
Nah.
Not in that aspect. No.
Nah, I think that he had a mental. I used to work with people with mental disabilities and in a heavy capacity, and the thing with that, when you don't seek help and you get sick, people can try to reach out and help you, but if they can't force your hand. And I think that it's possible that the NBA tried to help, and when you stare crazy. And as it gets worse, he looks like he's at one of those stages where he's not taking his meds, he's not seeking help, he doesn't care about help, and he's convincing other people that he's fine enough to be outside.
Right, and the question is, why would he even do it for the NBA if he probably won't do it for his family?
Correct.
Because I can guarantee you his family has asked him to seek help.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you there's plenty of people closer to him than the NBA he would probably be looking at it trying to do it for clickbait or just doing it to do it because somebody trying to force him to.
Yeah.
So I think.
I definitely agree, especially to that point where you say like it's just a point where like
he gotta want it.
Yeah, he definitely gotta want help. So it don't even matter. It wouldn't matter if the NBA, the USA, the NRA. It don't matter who reach out to you. If you don't want help, you're not gonna take it.
A lot of time with that they don't. Oh, here you go with the fuck shit.
Oh my God.
Yo, no Bron slander, Shock. Don't do that around here.
That gotta be tough.
That's tough.
She gotta look back at herself and like,
I let him hit.
Yeah.
So that's who I let hit. Huh?
Yeah, that's tough.
I hope that ain't true, bro.
I don't hope, but like I always said, like nobody has ever denied this over the years.
Yeah, bro. Nobody's ever said
like,
a word.
Nobody.
Delonte West ain't never came out and was like, nah, they smashed his mom. Like that's rude.
Yeah.
Him.
I mean, I don't know, man. That's tough, man.
Here go the,
That's tough, man. I hope not, man. I hope not. I don't think so. I think, for one,
Let's get somebody on the
line. Listen, man, this is what I got to say. I think that LeBron James is to see how LeBron James acts as a man. I don't think that Gloria James would do such a thing. So I don't think that she.
I hope it ain't true, but ain't like he said. Ain't nobody came out.
We got Warren Reddick on the line. Warren, what do you think?
But the Falcons, I heard.
Okay. Break. Here we go. Another That's Wild moment, man. I guess everything all serious today. Chandler Parsons.
I don't think we're gonna end this one on here because this is ominous, man.
Oh no, we're not ending it on Chandler Parsons. We're gonna turn it up. But that's wild too. But this wild. Chandler Parsons has suffered career-ending injuries. I think he has some brain injuries. Some obviously some structural injuries. And seems to be threatening his careers, according to a report he released.
Well, let's be honest, his career.
I think this is just First off, let's hopefully pray for a speedy recovery. You never want to see nothing like that happen to anybody.
And I really used to like Chandler Parsons as a hooper. Like it was an argument at one point.
Terry used to tell me
early, like he was really good.
Terry used to argue me that he was better than Gordon Hayward. I remember those. Terry used to argue to death.
Ruined. At that time, it was close. That time, it was close.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. He was on his way.
Yeah.
Injuries have completely ruined his career.
I don't even know what type of injuries he had. I just know he's always. I know. I don't even know what type he's had.
I think he got a contract from the Grizzlies. I don't even remember.
I remember C.J. McCollum saying to him like, he stole like
Blair needs.
He definitely stole money. He stole about $100 million.
Yeah. He stole.
He's
big
the
money. Yeah.
Yeah, because at least like Alan Crabb and like Tyler Johnson like played out their contracts.
Tyler Johnson's solid.
No, he's not 70 million solid.
No, he's not. Well,
like at least like Gilbert Arenas like did something that like got kicked off the team. Like you had to look at Chandler Parsons every day. Like he came in the facility every day, and you just like remember you see the game checks you writing to him.
Yeah,
you watch him come in the facility every day.
Dallas paid him a big amount. I don't remember him playing.
Ooh.
Yeah. He played for Dallas. Like Dallas paid him.
Yeah,
like
Memphis did too.
He got a lot of checks.
Memphis
got
a lot of money. Got paid too.
He's paid.
So this is unfortunate, man.
Pray for him though.
And it was. I think the driver was under the influence. Yeah. Don't drink and drive, guys.
Fuck you if you do.
Don't drink and drive, man. You might.
That's
spill
crazy.
Yeah,
it's just
you might spill it.
Yes.
Drink then drive,
man. Yeah, drink what?
Don't drink and drive. Don't drink then drive.
I'm like, hold on, no. I was about to say, yeah, I'm like, no.
Drink first, then drive.
No.
Hard to see the road with the bottle up.
What else you got, man?
Houston Astros, man. These folks ain't learned, man. Well, they don't care.
I told you.
They don't care.
I already told you.
Did you hear Altuve, like, they were like,
Yeah, that'll keep him
like, he was
out
like,
of
the MLB has done their investigation. They didn't see anything. I'm like, bro, but you guys were all found like to be cheaters. Like, that's still like, can we talk about that then?
Hashtag.
They got a
Hashtag.
Yeah, like, they didn't see me actually cheating, so I'm good.
Hashtag they still got a ring.
Keep Altuve out of
He
the
may have been good because of the cheating.
No. That helps though.
Keep
That
Altuve
helps.
Well, he was
out of
good.
man,
I mean,
that
you don't
helps.
get to obviously you don't get to the league and
but
not
if
be
you know
good.
what pitch is
But
coming,
you don't
bro,
get to the Hall of Fame
yeah,
cheating
bro.
either.
If you know what pitch is coming, bro, it's a lot easier to hit that baseball.
Before that, though, at the same level quality.
We don't know when he started cheating.
I
Once he
don't
got to
know
the
how
league,
good he is.
the
He's
Astros
solid.
start.
Yeah, bro, that's tough.
And he's short as hell, so I'm super skeptical about him.
No Hall of Fame for him.
That regime was already in there. That cheating.
Yo,
Do
no,
he make the Hall of Fame? Because he won
no
MVP
Hall of
and all
Fame
that,
for
right?
him. No Hall of
He
Fame.
got a couple of them, right?
No, he's
He Hall
not.
of Fame, you think?
No.
If you're doing Barry Bonds won 2 Hall of Fames, 2
MVP.
MVPs before the steroid stuff, and he's still not in the Hall of Fame. So I don't know.
No Hall of Fame for
And that's
Altuve.
my favorite non-Hall of Famer.
The Astros got to get a rings back, man. As a Yankee fan.
Right.
Yeah, as a
I'm
Yankees
hurt,
fan,
man.
yeah,
I'm
hurt.
hurt.
about
Got
that. They
rings, still
cheated.
got that check.
You just gotta take the rings away. You can't give the rings to someone else.
No, I don't care if you give. No, I don't know.
Nah,
Yeah,
we'll
I get
make
it.
our own rings. We'll make our own rings.
Just wipe it out. No, you don't have to make your own. Just wipe it out. I don't want to. I just want to be able to say they didn't win it.
Yeah, just like they did Reggie Bush. All right, take it away.
Yeah, for sure. We don't have to give it to nobody.
Yeah, that's
And then this year, every time we play them, I want to fight.
I still think that's stupid. The Reggie Bush part, like he ran for those. He
didn't actually really
Yeah,
cheat.
like come on, bro, that shit's stupid.
he
But
just took money.
Yeah, so if you can take Reggie Bush Heisman, you got to
he
take this
took money.
championship.
Ain't had nothing
Yeah.
to do with him.
Yeah,
ass
at
on the
least
field.
this
I
shit
don't know,
directly.
man, but I got a couple dollars in my pocket though, man. I feel a little bit happier.
No, he was running for that
Like, I
check.
don't know.
That's what he
Yeah,
was
he
running
was
for it.
Shit.
Knock myself out. That's
Right.
bad.
Advantage if you know what pitch is coming, especially when they tell you if you're hearing the trash can hit, bow, he's throwing the off speed, and you saw the video, they're not swinging at those pitches, and then the next pitch is a home run to win the
Oh, that helps.
ALC.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's super cheating.
Bro. That's definitely.
That's OD, man.
That's next level.
Yeah, that's OD.
Because
I applaud them because that's next level.
It worked.
Yeah.
They only got caught because somebody snitched on them on their own team. Like I don't even know.
I'm sure it was somebody who left, got mad, and just snitched.
That's what it was. It was like
Ocean's 14.
6'9",
Haters.
6'9" probably did.
Haters. Or
6'9" got him too,
6'9" did drop that. So man, we right at the end, man. We got enough time. Joey, what you got for him for the rest of the week? What you
You
got?
already know, man. Y'all know what it is. You gotta love, you gotta live, you gotta learn, you gotta laugh. That's the only L's we taking in life.
New Year's resolutions, man. Stay with them, man. Lose that weight, pump that iron. So you can do Tank Top Tuesday. What we 21 days in? Hey, what we 21 days in?
Free
Free dirty, man.
Free dirty.
Free dirty.
Yeah, man. New Year's resolutions, man. We 21 days in, man. Keep it going, man.
Keep
Don't
it
quit.
going, man.
what
Them
I
crunches
got
gonna
for him?
burn. Them crunches gonna burn.
Court date tomorrow for my boy Dirty. Shout out.
Shout out.
Road to 1K. That's my first thing I gotta leave y'all with. Road to 1K. Again, we gonna keep producing hot fire, and I need y'all to do us a favor and just support us, help us out. Click that button right over there for us, and just hit subscribe. My team, we don't know this Easter Sunday, man. We need 1K. That
1K.
means we gotta get crazy with the marketing.
Yes.
Hey man, if I see you in public, I'm gonna grab your phone. I'm gonna ask you like, hey, can you subscribe to my network right here, the WildCard Sports Network on YouTube. Come on, huh? Hop in, my guy. Talk to him, man.
Hey, this is our off-camera guy making his first on-camera.
Yo, it's lit, y'all. Herm Shock in the building. HasBeens Podcast. You already know what it is. I don't know where I'm looking, but I'm looking right there. Yo, hit the subscribe button. We trying to get to 1,000 ASAP. You feel me?
ASAP. Right
We
now.
lit.
Red
Gang,
button.
gang.
I got my man Joe. I got my man Cam. I got my man Keith. Herm Shock in the building.
We out.
You already know what it is. Let's get it. HasBeens Podcast. WildCard Sports.